Welcome one and all to another amazing night here in Tranquility.
We absolutely are in for a treat of a match here tonight, no question about it.
And the grenades from Pomku eliminating everybody on the field.
Now I'm doing something as well. It's going to be a fly death plus them, and it's going to be huge. Fighting three.
The double kill with the Bastion ulti? Alright, I see you guys.
For B-Well, look to find a stick there, finds the stick, they find two with it!
Those who find the picks will save the fight, and they don't really need to save what they've already won.
And Cam with the four-man punch off the map!
Experience tranquility.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to another Transcendence Tier matchup here in Tranquility. That is our Masters Tier for anybody that might be new. Tonight, I am joined by the incredible PhevieWonder. How are you feeling tonight, my guy?
I'm doing wonderful, Fletch. Doing absolutely wonderful. Really looking forward to seeing these two teams play.
Yeah, it should be a good one. Both teams sitting at 3-3 on the season. So, you know, not at the peak, not at the valley. But, you know, these teams should be evenly matched. So should be a pretty good game here. Yeah, I'm excited to get in.
Yeah, I mean, both these teams are also coming off of Map 5 wins. You had Tempest that just came off of staving off a reverse sweep just last week. Dapper's Dynasty was a lot more back and forth throughout it. But looking at these two teams, they're actually both 3-3 and one map differential apart. So could really turn the tide of who actually comes out on top in this pool. It's looking really interesting. I'm excited. It's going to be super hype.
And we do know what our first map is actually going to be here as we do get prepared to go into the game here in just a few minutes. It's going to be Nepal. So, Phoebe, you're the actual player here, right? What are you thinking for Nepal right now?
I'm looking forward to seeing a good amount of brawl here. There have been some changes with the new patch that rolled out today. Sombra is looking different. I don't expect anyone to come out on that. I don't really expect too many people to roll with any of the buffed heroes like Mei as well. But I think we're going to see a solid amount of Orisa. We might still see some double flex. We could see some of the Sigma Lucio Baptiste that we would see a lot last week. That could be very big here. Maybe we might even get some spicy Roadhogs out in that Sanctum with the environmental kills.
God, I hope not.
God, it would be so much fun to cast though.
It wouldn't. I've casted some Roadhog recently and it was not good. It was terrible actually. It worked for all of about a minute and a half. They full capped the point on Circuit Royal, and then they tried to they'd switch to it right at the end of the point on Circuit Royal, and they tried to come out on their defense on the Roadhog, and they just got pushed over.
Yeah,
it wasn't good.
I mean, it's always entertaining, at least for the first little bit, a nice clean pick. We might even actually see some stuff like a Mei Sim Brawl going into something like Village. When it comes to the one in the middle with the giant shrine, I think it's actually called Shrine. We could see some stuff like Brawl. We could see Ball Comp, depending on what these teams play. I'm not quite sure right now, but we'll see pretty soon.
Yeah, I do think that Reinhardt is still pretty okay option right now, right? It's, you know, the rush.
I do think it's going to be a big one.
Yeah, but we are going to get in here pretty soon. I actually would like to pull up the patch notes for my own sanity.
There weren't
but
too many
we're gonna
changes. I
get
can
in-
give you a bit of a rundown.
They did nerf Zarya. I know
Zarya
that.
was nerfed. All of her big rework stuff with her ally bubble is back to what it used to be, except for the cooldown being reduced. That is still the same. Orisa got a 5% nerf to her damage reduction and Fortify. Bastion was unchanged. Torb was slightly nerfed in firing speed. Brig was slightly buffed. We might see that later. She can now full combo 200 HP squishies in less than a second, which is pretty wild. But looking into this, we see the Bap Lucio like I was talking about. We're seeing one team at least. We're seeing Dapper Dynasty at least on the May to start off. We're seeing a sim TP out from Tempest. They might make a switch right after that, or they might stick on it. Yep, they're making the switch right after the TP into the Sombra. So we're going to see Sombra with her new ability for the first time tonight. That is going to be exciting.
Yeah, and we're getting right into the action here as looks like Dapper Dynasty has tried to take the outside angle of attack on the staircase here next to the elephant statue, but nothing thus far. A good wall, actually, from Taken Wallet to cut some of those heals off from the supports of Tempest. The Mortality Field has been expended from Triage as Rancid Randy getting pretty low. Will be Tempest taking the first flip here, but Pomku on the Bastion gonna break this wide open, and that will be Dapper Dynasty officially taking the first fight and getting the flip at about 11%.
Yep. Luckily, Tempest were able to get some early percentage. They got onto point first because of the Sim TP, but the Reinhardt shield just didn't stand a chance against the Bastion. The Maywall was pretty solid there. And then once you take out that lamp and you use that first, it's really hard to make a comeback into the fight, really.
Yeah, we're getting right back in here, and with the new Sombra changes, you can't play as passively or by yourself as you used to. You know what else you can't do? You can't survive an icicle to the skull, as Triage just found out, as the entirety of Dapper Dynasty just looks unbreakable at the moment.
Yeah, you're really see this, the Sigma poke comp. It doesn't quite look like a poke comp because you're running the Lucio, but that's mainly there to help with the disengage. But when it comes to the alt fire from the Mei, the Bastion shift into his turret form, you have so much poke coming out from Dapper Dynasty that Tempest have to go in real quick, get cover, fade out some of these abilities, and get in quick. Otherwise, they're going to have a hard time with this fight.
We see the engagement come in from Triage. It doesn't hit the Blizzard. The EMP misses the Blizzard. Oh, no. It hits 4 people, but not what it was intended for. The beat comes out from Shadowfear to try to keep the team alive, and Poopa responds in kind. Dapper Man is so low, he gets taken down by the virus of Can-Can, but Pomku answers the call with 2 on the airstrike. And that is going to be Dapper Dynasty continuing to get the percentage and potentially fully capturing here, but Triage has something to say about it as he comes back. Has to play so safe, pops the regenerative burst, able to actually get the touch just by the tip of his toes. Hunter Tane punches in and goes down immediately. Can finding another pick with the virus, but it's just not enough as the Blossom comes out and everybody goes down for Tempest, and Dapper Dynasty are going to take the first point.
Score 0.
Yeah.
Okay, so it appears Phoebe is having a bit of issues right now, but we're seeing right now Dapper Dynasty
really unfortunate.
A great round by Dapper Dynasty. Can showing off our first look at the new and reworked Sombra there. I mean, I just don't think it was what Tempest needed there. I mean, the Sombra traditionally has always been that, you know, be annoying type character, you know, just be a nuisance. And you can still do that with New Sombra, but it's so much harder without that get out of jail free card that the translocator used to be. But we're getting up to the pillars here on this Unsanctum here, and Taken Wallet is taking a lot of damage here, but it's actually going to be Dapperman that starts us out with a pick on the triage. A great wall from Can, but it's not enough to cut off the healing and the support from Dapper Dynasty, and the Bastion still proving to be too much, and Rancid Randy not able to answer the call as Poofa finishes the fight with 2.
Well, that was certainly pretty wild. I missed a little bit of that there, but you did some great job with that calling. Overall, we're coming up to an ult advantage for the window. That's probably going to be our closest ult, along with the Bastion artillery fire. Coming into this, solid walls coming out to help get people into better positions.
And Hunter Tame playing pretty safe here, takes so much damage early on. Wall, not enough to keep Dapperman there in harm's way, I guess. And I mean, Hunter Tame, he's just taking so much damage, and it looks like Tempest is gonna get to Shadow Fear actually finds a boob onto Dapperman. Tempest will get the flip, but there's just not enough pressure there for the for Tempest to keep the hold on the point there. But they do strip Dapper Dynasty of 12% that they could have had before.
Yep. It was unfortunate there. Hunter Tane just getting absolutely melted from everything. When you're getting walled off, it's really hard to get the heals, hard to get the lamp. Luckily, they were able to get a point for at least a little bit to help keep them still in the fight here.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh, Shadow Fear!
Shadow Fear finding another boop onto Dapperman, but 4 is able to find Hunter Tane again. Hunter Tane is just taking so much damage, and you know, maybe it doesn't seem like it would be that much, that 5%, but are we maybe seeing the effects of that nerf?
I think we might just be. Between that, the buffs to the Mei, both fires, you can see that like the Orisa isn't quite as tanky. Still very crazy, but it's so hard here. Nice beat coming through.
Okay, the Blizzard, I actually think it got blocked by Can's own wall. Another unlucky play there for Tempest as Dapper Dynasty look to put the nail in the coffin. A great Blizzard by Taken while it freezes 3. Pomku follows up, and Tempest falls down, and Dapper Dynasty is going to take Nepal in dominant fashion.
That was certainly dominant there. You could see definitely efforts were made. Shadow Fear coming up clutch to try to win 2 fights. But it just wasn't quite enough, even with the environmental boops. You just hate to see that even though you get those nice boops, it's just a little bit too late. But Dapper Dynasty will take it.
Yeah, I just felt like Dapperman was able to stay alive a whole lot better than Hunter Tane was on either of the points. And that was a massive EMP from Can. It hit 5 players, I believe, but it missed the... I mean, I think if they EMP that Blizzard, they may take that fight, and maybe we're saying something different here. And, you know, maybe one of these maps was close and the other one was, you know, a blowout. But just a unfortunate miscue as the EMP got blocked by the pillar in the middle of the point. And it just led to Dapper Dynasty taking the whole point. And, you know, speaking more to the Sombra nerf, Opportunist isn't here anymore. She doesn't get that damage boost from hacks. So it's a little bit harder to follow up by yourself on EMP.
Yeah, I might have missed it because I might have lagged out a little bit, but you could see he just launched a little bit too early from Can. If he had waited a sec, he would know which side of the pillar it was on. Suddenly, you get that hack off, Blizzard's gone, you save your Baptiste, which means you don't need to use Beat, and you can save it for the Flux, and that it could have entirely changed around the entire fight. But because it was on the opposite side, none of that happened. You hit a huge 4-man EMP onto Dapper Dynasty, But with everyone else frozen, you just didn't have the follow-up on that, which was really unfortunate.
But yeah, with Dapper Dynasty taking Nepal there, it will be up to Tempest to pick their next map, and we do know what it's going to be. It is Midtown here. We're going to New York, and I'm thinking Sigma?
We did see Sigma
maybe going
last
back
week.
to Orisa?
I would be fine with Sigma. I imagine we might see that from Dapper Dynasty. They've been running at both points so far. It's pretty solid, especially on defense here in Midtown. Tempest, I'm interested to see if they run it back with the Rhine, if they try to stick with the Orisa. Maybe they go to a Sigma of their own. Maybe they go to a ball comp so they can get into a little bit of a faster engage. I'm not quite sure, but we'll see very soon. But this is looking like an interesting one because first point, it could have been very different. Second point, not so much. But when you have the map pick, it should be much easier to be able to get in there, be able to do a little bit more damage, get yourself on the board there when you actually have a solid plan going on and you know what you want to do on that map.
Yeah, and right now I'm curious what exactly they do want to do on this map, because we saw the Orisa on Nepal, but Hunter Tane, I can't mince my words. Hunter got bullied on the Orisa on Sanctum. It just felt like Dapper Dynasty and Palm Ku especially had the answer. I mean, for her window there to kill Hunter Tane at like 60-70%. I mean, Hunter just got, put down on the Orisa, and maybe it's just because you're used to that little extra bit of survivability that she doesn't have anymore. But maybe they adapt here, as we're going to get into the map and find out soon. I'm curious if they want to try and take Dapper Man in the Sigma mirror potentially, but that doesn't look like it's what we're going to get from Dapper Dynasty as we're waiting for the lobby to actually get started. I'm kind of curious about what I just saw personally, but
that was a little wacky that we saw there for just a split second. No one else in stream. Yeah. I know you couldn't see it, but trust us, it was pretty quirky going on.
No spoilers. No spoilers.
No spoilers.
But yeah, I kind of am curious about a Sigma duel, because Sigma has been one of the more predominant tanks recently. So that is kind of what I'm thinking. As we're going to see here, yeah, it will be a Sigma duel here.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So this is going to be pretty interesting. Again, we see that it's very similar here. The main changes, or the main differences, is that in the immediate poke, you're going to see better from Dapper Dynasty, because you're going to be able to land some solid headshots from the Mei while you're trying to get up that Sojourn rail shot. Once you do that, that's when Tempest is going to try to look to engage here, so they have a lot of burst damage, be able to get through a target such as the Baptiste or any other target before the Baptiste can get the lamp out. That's what we might see here. But again, just having a Mei on a point like this, that wall can be very devastating if the team is not coordinated to get past it.
Yeah, and we're seeing it here. It's actually going to be a full mirror now, with Ken switching over to back to the Mei here. That freeze gun has received a pretty sizable buff here. I think going all the way back up to 100 damage per second. I think that's close to what it was when Overwatch 2 was released. But here so far, it's going to be Rancid Randy taking so much damage, and Taken Wallet is going to be putting down the Bastion to start us off here. And a great wall from Taken Wallet to continue this fight and keep them from being able to get away, and Ken and Hunter Tane fall simply because of a well-placed wall from Wallet.
Yeah, you really see if you don't have a solid wall there and their other team is able to break through, or you're not able to kite out the Bastion shift, it's just going to be so much harder to get through here, because when you're on attack, the onus is on you to be able to actually get that done, because it's so much harder to kite back when you're on the attack. A lot easier for Dapper Dynasty. They have the window first coming through here. Let's see how this goes.
Yeah, I mean, oh my goodness, Triage can't get away because the Immortality Field was already used. Both windows come out. Both don't exactly find a lot of value, but Triage, I mean, just a little bit too early on the Immortality Field, and they lost the fight because Triage couldn't get away.
Very unfortunate. Not much else to say there. A solid ult from Dapperman there before Shadow Fear could really get the beat online. That's what I think is going to be the big thing going into this fight. Even though Hunter Tane has a flex here, it has about a 30% ult charge advantage on this beat.
I mean, we're seeing ultimates come out left and right for the side of Dapper Dynasty and both teams really. But, I mean, Dapper Dynasty, you hear it right there from Sigma, burning brighter than a supernova. I mean, they really are. They're just outplaying Tempest at every corner right now. And, you know, Pamku continues to impress on the Bastion, you know, getting value with the form and the ultimate.
Yeah, that's very unfortunate. You use 2 ults there as Tempest. Your 2 big zoning ults too. Oh no.
Oh
I have a
my
bad feeling about
goodness.
this.
Oh my goodness. Taken wallet. Taken wallet. Take their wallets. My God. That's the second, I think, 3 or 4 man Blizzard that Taken wallet has hit in this match. That's ridiculous.
That's so unfortunate. Okay.
I mean, yeah, getting right back in. The window's gonna come out from 4, and Rancid Randy gonna find the pick on to 4. She goes down early to the Bastion ultimate, and finally Tempest have found a weakness. They're gonna take advantage of 4 going down early and push in quickly. And with 30 seconds just about on the clock, they're finally gonna capture A.
My goodness. Thank goodness Tempest was through there. They had a very nice 2 ults there to shut down the Baptiste and sustain themselves through in the 5v4. Didn't take any casualties there, I believe. Art's going to go through on its own till it's through the doors. Looking at these ults here, you have another window coming up from Triage 3 compared to a Flux and Artillery from Dapper Dynasty.
Oh my goodness. We see it right there. Hunter Tane just getting a little bit too forward. Overextending a lot there and getting punished again. And I mean, that's all you need if you're Dapper Dynasty to take down Hunter Tane. They're not going to be able to do anything without their Sigma.
Yeah, I'm starting to question if maybe Tempest should look for some sort of change here. Shadow Fear isn't really getting...
Oh my God!
Oh no!
I think that Flux from Dapperman hit 3 people, and Pamku answering in kind with 2 on the airstrike to clean up the damage from the ultimate. Dapper Dynasty is just firing on all cylinders right now.
Truly incredible looking at it. Some very nice stuff. We're looking close to a mirror on the beats for ult charge here. We have an OC, an overclock, compared to the Blizzard. They really need to try to kite out this Blizzard or shut down Mei early, because we can't let Taken Wallet get another massive Blizzard going into this fight.
The overclock has been used and it hasn't found anything, and the window from 4 once again providing so much value, taking down Rancid Randy, and the Blizzard finds 3 again! Taken Wallet does not miss with the Blizzards.
Okay. So if I'm Tempest here, I think you might need to start looking to some sort of comp change. I don't think you're getting you on the Lucio here. You're not able to speed in past everyone. Quite frankly, you're getting a little bit diffed here. Full extra ult charge coming through on the beat from Dapper Dynasty. They're able to get the kill though. Let's see if they're able to capitalize here. This Bastion is split off.
The beat from Poofa just a little bit too late to help Dapper Man. And with that, I mean, Dapper Dynasty immediately are going to look to back out here smartly. They only have 10 seconds left on the clock.
Okay, they might still be able to do this. They're coming up on another window to help out. If they're able to shut some of these downs early, okay, that's not the shutdown you need if you're Tempest. That's the exact opposite.
Yeah, Rancid Randy again getting picked out early on the Bastion. The airstrike comes out and finds Shadow Fear. Poofa and the gang are cleaning up, and Dapper Dynasty are going to hold Midtown on B, and they look dangerous right now.
They definitely look dangerous. That was a wonderful ult from Pomku, catching out the Lucio, trying to dance around card, keep overtime going. But looking on here for going into swapping sides, I really think you should see if you can swap that Lucio out. You might not need that sort of disengage against another Pope comp. Maybe get in another flex support so you can keep everyone alive. If they're running the Mei again from Dapper Dynasty, maybe you run something like the Kiriko to try to stop these Blizzards from getting so much value. I'm just not quite sure what you do here, because that was looking fantastic from Dapper Dynasty overall.
I mean, everybody from Dapper Dynasty right now, they're just doing everything right, it feels like. You know, obviously miscues are gonna happen, but Pomku, I think, has missed one airstrike that didn't get a kill. Taken Wallet has not gotten less than 3 people on a Blizzard, I don't think. I mean, Dapperman consistently finding early picks and great fluxes. And Poofa, like, Poofa's been a bloodthirsty Lucio, and he looks awesome right now for keeping everybody alive and providing her own damage. Like, I can't say anything bad about anybody on Dapper Dynasty right now.
Yeah, Poofa has, quite frankly, been Lucio diffing Tempest right now. Got an entire extra beat at the end there. We're looking into another mirror again. Hopefully they're able to use the Mei wall on defense a little bit better. They might have a set idea of what they want to do here. I say that. Alright.
Taking Wallet, dropping their window early there. I mean, they're not going to find a pick here because of the protection on to Rancid Randy there. But they're gonna find Hunter Tane out with a wall here, and Hunter Tane, a great immortality field from Triage to keep Hunter Tane alive, and Rancid Randy finds the early pick on the Poofa here. It's not looking the best for Dapper Dynasty in this first fight as everybody continues to go down. Dapperman does take Can with them, but that is not going to be enough. Tempest keep themselves alive here on the defense.
Yep, you do see that. It was a very nicely well done. It was a bit long, bit scrappy, so it took an entire minute off the clock just for one fight. Can was a bit died early, but luckily he should be back in here by the time this fight engages again. Early window coming out from Triage 3.
Yeah, Triage dropping the window, and a great kite from Dapper Dynasty, just saying, you know what, we've got plenty of time. We don't need to push into your window and get blown up by the Bastion. So great kite there from Dapper Dynasty. Dapperman has the Flux just about ready to go. A great immortality field from 4. Dapperman able to actually get away from the Blizzard. It will be a trade for Can here, though. That's not exactly the trade you want to see if you're Dapper Dynasty, but Pomku and Taken Wallet dropped that fight 3 with the Blizzard again! Like, even when Rancid Randy is on the high ground, Taken Wallet is still going to freeze you and take you out. And Dapper Dynasty look to capture A here with another great Blizzard.
The sad thing is you played that extremely well if you're Tempest. Like, it was just extremely well played combination from Taken Wallet and Pomku. You had Tempest using the beat and using the lamp as well. But because that beat is used, you have a massive flux coming through. Get the lamp out early. Oh no, oh no.
Oh
no. Okay, they're good, they're good, they're good.
So the problem is that Can went down early there. They no longer have an immortality field, and they don't have a beat for Dapperman's Flux here. They're all so low and would certainly go down to the Flux here. That is going to be a juicer Flux for Dapperman, and I mean, the rampage continues for Dapper Dynasty as they stagger out Hunter Tane.
Yep, you see some really solid ult usage there coming through from Dapper Dynasty. Tempest got a little bit greedy, a little bit too early before everyone could get out. There wasn't a full amount of follow-up coming through because not everyone was through. You're seeing Hunter Tane swap on to this Junker Queen. It's a more immediate value, be able to rush on these guys a little bit faster.
Rancid Randy again early, and Pomku with 2! Hunter Tane has switched to the Junker Queen, but it's for naught. The Blizzard comes out, but it's just a celebration. Dapper Dynasty take Midtown and go up 2-0, and Tempest just doesn't have an answer.
Pomku is looking fantastic, looking like a Call of Duty aimbot. Oh my goodness. It plays, looks like noob tubes left, right, and center with the grenades, with the artillery strike, looking like a kill streak coming out of nowhere. And you're just seeing some really great play overall coming through Dapper Dynasty. They're holding on to ults for how they want to use it. They're holding on, they're doing exactly what they want to. Tempest is really playing right into exactly what they want to do.
I mean, yeah, and the thing, like, just oh my goodness, Taken Wallet. I mean, that Blizzard at the end of their point A attack, you know, it just barely catches 3 people, but it does again catch 3 people. Well, not barely catch 3 people. Triage and Hunter Tane were very easily in the center of that, but Rancid Randy, by the toe, got frozen there by the Blizzard, and I mean, Dapper Dynasty is just, you know, I said it already, they're firing on all cylinders. And I mean, after we get done here, Tempest is gonna be, they're gonna have a few minutes to try and regroup and come back to try and get this reverse sweep started on their next map pick. But for now, we're going to actually cut it to a break. And when we come back, we'll see if they can stand up to Dapper Dynasty. So stick around, everybody. All right, welcome back, everybody. I mean, thus far in our series, Dapper Dynasty has been firmly in control of Tempest. And I mean, Tempest has got to find a way here as we come into our third map. I mean, they have to find a way to find some footing because they've been slipping.
They have really been slipping. They've been playing a mirror comp so far. Both teams have been running the Lucio Sigma comp. As we go into our next map, it looks like it's going to be Suravasa on Flashpoint. I'm hopefully interested in maybe seeing something a bit faster paced. You can tell that the DPS line for Tempest isn't quite at the level of Dapper Dynasties, so you're not able to win that poke war with the Bastion Mei or with the Sojourn. Hopefully, if you run something a little bit faster, maybe take them by surprise, you could see that maybe snowball ahead coming into a lead here going into map 3. That's what I'm kind of wanting to see Tempest do. However, maybe they're going to stick to what they're comfortable with. Maybe might stick with the Sigma comp. I know that there might be some maybe experimentation here. Maybe they run some dive on something like some of these points. Doom can be pretty solid, not even gonna lie. So you might even see that here. But something, I think they just really need to shake it up into something new.
Yeah, I mean, the way that I see Flashpoint right now, as we get further into its lifetime, is that, at least for now, it's kind of a swing map. It's kind of a swing map type, right? You do see a lot of teams sometimes using it as a launching point to try and keep themselves alive in a series. And I mean, maybe it's because just the nature of Flashpoint. Maybe it's because it's still only a couple of months old as a game type. But teams do. I don't want to say either team is the worst team, but Tempest has been playing worse, and the team that has been playing worse has a better chance at winning on Flashpoint, in my opinion.
Yep, as you see here, Tempest is doing what I was saying. They're running a faster comp here. Typically with this, you're going to see that Genji. Hopefully they stick with this comp, because otherwise this whole analyzing that I'm doing going to be for naught. What you normally do is your Genji will dive in, then while he's in, you use Shout, so that way he becomes sort of like a second tank, able to take a lot more poke, a lot more going in here, hopefully take out some of these targets early, but you can also play corners, you can play with your Axe, play with your Suzu, but hopefully go a lot faster paced here.
Yeah, we see the fight beginning early here. Can getting hit from a headshot from Taken Wallet, has to play a little safer, does not have that get out of jail free card anymore that Somber has had for so long. The fight has now progressed over to the point on Market, and it's gonna be Can that starts out here going down first, and with Can gone, it's just gonna be a pipe dream for Tempest to take this fight as Hunter Tane goes down and the rest of Tempest follow in suit.
Yeah, I mean, you're seeing it that they weren't able to take the fight as quick as they wanted to on the side of Tempest. That's what the Lucio does in the Sigma comp, is it's used for that disengage. You're able to get to point a little bit quicker. As soon as they got that headshot on Can, you saw Dapper Dynasty rotate onto point, and then as soon as they tried to get walked on, they just immediately rush back to the backside and keep their distance with this poke.
They just, the thing with Tempest comp right now is that they have to play around the intense damage that Dapper Dynasty has, and Can just cannot deal with it as Pomku continues to dominate on the Bastion. And it's going to be really close now. If you're Tempest, you got to decide if you want to touch or not.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not sure if they're going to go for this. It's about 2 seconds, or 2 ticks every second here, so they have 5 seconds really to touch here. And Tempest are just taking these fights a bit too slow to really be able to get a lot of fights in here. They do touch, they're going to go though.
Yeah, it will be Can immediately translocating out as soon as he gets the touch. But Dapper Man is just Dapper Man with 2, taking down Rancid Randy out of the blade. And I mean, that was one of the only ults that they had. And I mean, Dapper Dynasty coming into the next point up here on, I believe that is Ruins. They have 4.
Yeah, I really don't like that. Like, I get you want to make a hero play there on that point, but when you're down that much, you've already lost your Lucio. There really isn't a reason to go in there when you can try to get better positioning and make this poke comp try to walk into you. You haven't really seen too much of that this series. I think that's what Tempest needs to do. They should have cut their losses, but they're coming into this point. They're taking it a bit slower, trying to see what they're going to do here. They have a lot of ults coming up here. They're going to have 4 of their own, actually, and they're able to cut out 2.
But Taken Wallet starts it off as Triage drops the Kitsune Rush. The Rampage comes out, hits 3 people, and 4 goes down. And the Rampage is going to be good enough for Tempest to finally find some footing, as it is just Taken Wallet left on the point, stalling it out. I think got an extra 10 or 15% just because of that.
Yep, that was really well played there from Tempest. You kited out the window, you kited out the Bastional. For once, Pomku's Predator Strike wasn't able to get anyone there. But now you're looking at about 2 ults to 2 ults. Both teams up to half for a third one. This beat here could be really big.
Goodness.
I say that.
They don't have it. It's not here. It's not here. The beat doesn't exist anymore. EMP comes out, hits 3 people, but the beat from Poofa is good. The Blizzard comes out, puts Hunter Tane in the ice block, and I mean, it's just too much for Tempest to overcome. Shadowfear has returned, but not for very long, and Tempest did take the lead, but Dapper Dynasty looking to take it right back.
Yeah, losing your Lucio that early on, you suddenly don't have a way to help speed your queen out of a sticky situation without utilizing that shout. You see Dapper Dynasty, they're taking a bit forward positions here, looking for an early Mei wall perhaps. We see them here, they're giving that position back up, they're kiting out to the other side of point. And a beat to engage here.
Shadowfear drops the beat, makes the team more durable as they try to engage, but takes so much damage. Poofa and Taken Wallet start us out here, and Hunter Tane so low, so far from being able to do anything, and Dapper Dynasty is gonna take Ruins and move to not only map point, but match point.
Yeah, I really liked the idea there from Tempest. You wanted to use that beat so you could have a bit more tankiness as you tried to go in. But just like when you use your amp on Lucio, you don't want to use it to get to the enemy, if that makes sense. You want to use it more to get into them and be able to be part of that with them. So if you use it all just for positioning, you can see they were at like half the beat left by the time they actually got to Dapper Dynasty. You see these ults come out.
Okay,
Rancid Randy!
Rancid Randy hits 2 with the blade, helps clean up Dapper Man, but a relatively expensive fight for Tempest.
It was an expensive fight. You used 2 ults to 1 there. You're about 60 to 70% on 2 more. If I'm Tempest here, I'm looking to try to get an early kill here, a pick. Just try to go in early before they're able to use either the Flux or the Bastion ult. Hopefully even before Taken Wallet is able to get another map-defining Blizzard. That's what I would like to see here, is get a little bit faster.
Oh, no. Can actually able to get away there. Immediately thrown right into the Flux by the Translocator. So low, gets taken right back out of stealth, but without Shadowfear, you don't have the speed, you don't have the healing, you don't have your life, and Tempest will go down here, but, you know, they got a pretty sizable, 79% out here on Palace.
Yep, you can look at it this way. Dapper Dynasty used tools there. Tempest didn't use any. You know, now they're coming up on both an EMP to take out Taken Wallet's Blizzard, and you're coming up on a Rampage which you can use offensively. And you're in one fight territory here for this point and keep yourself alive. That's what I see here as possibly how you win. In position here.
And Ken ready to go. I mean, it's a big Rampage. The EMP doesn't hit the Blizzard, but maybe it should have. I mean, Dapper Dynasty is winning this fight out, and Dapper Man and Taken Wallet continue to show out here as Dapper Man with 3, and it's just those 2 left, and that's all they need.
Yep, you might look at one extra touch here, maybe coming out from Shadow Fear's Lucio. Once again, that, oh, there was an Ajax from Poofa. I didn't actually see the beat come through. Kind of sort of a Baptiste Ajax as he also died as he was launching out the window.
Okay, so we get back into what could be the last fight here on Servasa, and Rancid Randy is it dead to Pomku's grenade. Poofa and Taken Wallet, the Flux as a celebration. It only hits Shadow Fear, and Shadow Fear is dead. That is gonna be it. Dapper Dynasty 3-0 on Servasa and 3-0 in the series. A dominant performance on all facets by Dapper Dynasty.
Yeah, that was just really excellently played from Dapper Dynasty. They took their fights quick, and especially on that last one, quicker than you really expected. Despite this really big Rampage, Poofa, unfortunate Ajax there, will go up to the tally on stream. But yeah, just really excellently played from Dapper Dynasty overall. They lost exactly 1 point the entire series, looked dominant throughout, besides for maybe 1 point and a couple hero plays, and showed that they might be, that they're 2-0 right now in this group. They could easily top it, and they're looking very strong right now.
Yeah, I mean, Poofa has a tendency to be on teams that do pretty well. I'm thinking about, you know, teams like Doko Demo Drivers and BPL. And I mean, sitting at now 4-3 on the season, Dapper Dynasty, I mean, they could be getting hot at the right time here at nearing the end of the season. And I mean, that's a scary prospect, as you know. I just have to, I can't say anything about any individual player on Dapper Dynasty because everybody like played so dominantly on their roles. Taken Wallet on the May, not hitting less than a 3-man Blizzard on Midtown. I'm Pomku finding so much value in the neutral and with an ult. Dapper Man, the same. 4 and Poofa, bloodthirsty supports, but happy to keep their team alive. I mean, this is a team that I'm like, you see their record, you know, 4-3. Oh, they're just okay. You have to keep an eye on Dapper Dynasty moving forward in the season, because if you take them lightly for even a second, they will backhand you.
Yeah, I absolutely gotta agree with you. Dapper Dynasty were just looking so clean there. You can see it there, 2-0, 2-1, 3-0. Really just pulling out some really nice plays, really good team coordination there. When they wanted to kite, they kited as a team. When they wanted